Welcome to the July Creator Challenge. For this whole entire month, I will be posting one video a day, and there's only a few rules. The first one being, my videos must be unscripted. I can use outlines though, but the reason I want to go unscripted is because I feel like I've become robotic. I've become generic. In my attempts to truly put my best foot forward, I've actually done a discredit to you and what I really want to do with this channel. And just like the Better Than Best Academy, our goal is for growth. Our goal is for personal development, spiritual, mental, emotional development. And that can only come when we embrace the discomfort, when we get comfortable in the uncomfortable. Come on, somebody. I am excited to not only be untethered to a script and a time frame, but I'm really excited for the rawness. For it's really gonna feel like me and you are just having a conversation. That is the goal with this month's challenge. And the second rule is I will be focusing on a main topic. And that will either be answering a journal prompt that I asked ChatGPT for, or if you drop a comment below with your question, I would love to answer that in the videos that come. So really be sure to engage in that. So today's day one, and the prompt that I was given by ChatGPT is reflect on a moment when you felt deeply aligned with your purpose. Describe the experience in detail. What were you doing? How did you feel? What did you learn about yourself and your relationship with God during this time? I'm gonna do some laundry as we talk, if that's cool. Me and my wife started dating. There was this moment when at the time, I was in a kickball league, and it was just a little rec league. It actually was through the groups of our church. And I was in this kickball league right early on in dating my wife. And one day we were heading to one of the games, and the game got canceled. I don't know if it was for rain or because the other team forfeited or something. And we were literally in the parking lot of the ball fields that we played the kickball games at. And I can remember just talking to my now wife for hours and hours. And there was a moment in our conversation when she got extremely vulnerable. And for me, I hadn't really been about vulnerability as much until that point. But it was such a beautiful moment in our relationship because she opened up about her life, about her past. And I truly felt in that moment, I felt the Spirit of God rest. I felt like Jesus was in our conversation, like it was a conversation between the three of us. And in that moment, I felt like my job in our relationship was to show her the grace of God in a way that she had never experienced before. And I feel like in that moment, that was one of the key moments I felt most in line with my purpose. Now, I know when it comes to relationships, people get this misnomer of, oh, they're my better half, or, oh, you completely. And I'm gonna be honest with you right now, if you feel that way about your relationship, I strongly encourage you to dig a little bit deeper. Because the truth is, if you were finding your worth, if you were finding your entire purpose on the chances of someone bringing you that joy and happiness, I want to encourage you to consider otherwise. Because I truly believe that it's not anyone else's responsibility but our own. And I also think that happiness is fleeting. Me and my wife actually have matching tattoos, and they're little ice cream cones. And the reason I got my ice cream cone is because there's a quote from a movie called Elizabethtown, and it's Kirsten Dunst and Orlando Bloom. And she's like, oh, don't give me an ice cream cone. And he's like, what's an ice cream cone? She's like, it's something real sweet and nice that'll last you 5 minutes. I began to adopt this mindset of are we just giving people ice cream cones? Or are we personally just chasing temporary, fleeting happiness instead of seeking true joy and contentment? Because the truth is, true joy and contentment doesn't come from material things. It doesn't even come from another person. Now, yes, relationships are a key part of this life, and we shouldn't put our whole being into hoping someone else would complete that, because I can tell you of one of my early first loves, and I can remember that when I first was dating this girl towards the end of high school, I adopted that idea of life or death was this relationship. And the moment that we broke up, I literally thought my life was gonna end. I even thought about ending my own life because of it. And I really wanna stress this, men, is if you truly wanna live out being a true godly man, it comes from this idea of following a purpose and a calling that is bigger than just having someone else complete you. And I'm really interested how this even went this way, but I really feel strongly that someone needs to hear that a true healthy relationship is not 50-50, it's 100 and 100. And it's two whole people coming together. It's not half and half. It truly is a whole person and a whole person. And if you want to really thrive in your relationships, I really encourage you to do the deep inner work on yourself to be all that you can be for that person, for you and for that person, but ultimately for God. Now, again, when this question popped up and it was reflect on a moment when you felt deeply aligned with your purpose, I'm not saying that my purpose was just to be my wife's husband, but it was a piece of it, a piece of showing her God's grace in a way that she's never experienced. And I have to remember this now, 5 years into our marriage. There are times that I easily can get frustrated. There are times that I easily want to be like, ah. I'm sure some of you married women can relate. And I want to encourage you, are you now cursing the thing that God blessed you with? If you are cursing the thing that God blessed you with, I want to encourage you today to think back. And that's what I think is beautiful about journaling or taking time to really reflect back on our lives and the memories of our lives, to remember the why that we're even in the space that we're in today. And another thing that I can think of when it comes to purpose is reflecting on moments of being in my purpose. Is I can think about the moments I get to play drums and worship. I can think of those moments when I feel so connected with a room, with God, and we're all collectively as one body focusing on the goal of worshiping and edifying and praising God. Those moments truly, I come alive. And then also I think of those moments like these videos here, or when I'm one-on-one with a client, when I see those aha moments, those light bulb moments that make me feel like, wow, I am doing exactly what I'm called and created to do. I'm going to do the best I can in these videos to not do a lot of editing, but I will trim some of the fat. And I'm really excited to go on this challenge because I really feel like it's going to grow me. I really want to let you guys into a bit of my world. And it's funny, I'm supposed to be doing my laundry right now as we speak, and suddenly I got distracted and felt like telling you this story. I want to say thank you for being a part of this journey. I want to say thank you for choosing to consume my content. And I mean, that really is my heart. I really hope that I'm not just wasting words. I hope that I'm not just putting on a brave face and putting on a big front, but I truly, truly have a heart to help you be the best that you can be. And it's not from like oh, I'm superior to you, but it's truly a brotherhood. It's truly a partnership, a co-laboring in this. And I'm really excited for what this next 31 days will hold. So if you want to be a part of this journey, the only thing I'm asking for you from this first video is, what questions do you have for me? Because I really want to answer your questions. I might even do some of these live. I'm not sure yet, but as always, I love to close this way. I'm praying for you and I love you, friend. Now let's go live better than best as we conquer this week.